Guys, welcome back to the channel. Over the week I acquired another engine. A coworker of mine had this 5.3 long block laying around for a little bit. Apparently it had lifter tick, so he pulled it out of his cat eye Silverado, and it was just sitting in his backyard and he wanted to get rid of it. As you can tell, it's been sitting for a very long time. It looks like it was underneath cover, so hopefully there's no water in the cylinders, hopefully there's no rust. I haven't even turned this thing over yet. I haven't pulled spark plugs. This is a fresh teardown, if you will. So I have no idea what I'm going to get myself into with this, but I guess we can start tearing it down. First, I'm going to start cleaning everything, get as much out of this as possible so nothing falls into the cylinders. I don't want to mess anything more up that might be messed up. But yeah, let's tear this thing down. Now it's looking a little bit better. I'm going to start by now, as you guys know, there's no shortage of engine content around here. There's my 1641. I'm just waiting for a few more things. I have a crank pulley coming so I can get the exhaust on. I'm going to paint valve covers and the upper tins here. A buddy of mine let me use this, so I'm going to try to blend paint to match this. It should look pretty cool. Right here, the 1835 that my dad is building, and of course the big LS that I'm building underneath this cover. Pistons, rods, all that. But the plan for this motor, the 5.3 over here, is do as minimal as possible. Just get it in running condition and then slap this in my C10. That way I could get that truck driving again and start racing while that engine over there gets built. That one is going to take a lot more money than this one. I have a lot more stock parts laying around here, like this bin here, all stock 5.3. Over there underneath the engine is the stock 5.3 pan. I have plenty of parts laying around to get the stock engine running, so I'm just going to do this for the time being while I accumulate more money to get that one finished. But all I need is the truck running and we could start figuring things out, and then we could slap that one, and eventually if this one blows up or we just pull it out because that one's finished. Either way, I want to get the C10 running again. It's looking real sad in the backyard, just laying there rotting. I need to get that thing running again. Either way, let's start tearing this thing apart. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these spark plugs. It'd be a quick indicator if anything is going on inside there, like rust or anything like that. And then I could attempt to turn it over if I don't see anything crazy inside the cylinders. And then we just pull off the heads. I'll pull the cam out. If the cylinders are looking good, I'm probably just going to leave the rotating assembly alone, besides maybe the camshaft. I don't know yet. I might just clean this one up and run it. And yeah, let's get to teardown. So the spark plugs looked mostly consistent, a little reddish on a lot of them. This one right here to the back was really rich for some reason. This one here is a little concerning. There's a little rust on it. I'm going to find a crank bolt and try to turn this thing over. And yeah, we'll go from there. Try to turn it over and then take off the heads and start disassembling this thing some more. Alright, I got a crank bolt on there. Moment of truth. Let's see if this thing... Sounds like it's turning over. It's a little crunchy. Probably because there's some dirt and valves or something. I'm going to take off the heads now so we can really look at these cylinders. Yeah, go from there. Alright, now I got all the rockers out, all the push rods. I went ahead and turned it over again. Crunching noise is gone, so like I said earlier, it's probably just debris in the ports here. But yeah, let's get these heads off. Alright, moment of truth. This side does not look bad at all. A lot of carbon buildup. Nothing that can't be cleaned up. I'm gonna go ahead and get that side off and see what that looks like. Alright, let's see what's behind door number 2. Remember, this is the side with the rust on the plug. It was on this cylinder here. Moment of truth. Oh yeah. Let me get a light. Alright guys, I got a light. Let's look in these cylinders. Looks like just a bunch of crap. I don't know what in the world that is right there, but cylinder does not look that bad. Cylinders aren't rusty, they just have a lot of debris in them, which is a good thing. I can easily just take the pistons out and hone out the cylinders, clean up the pistons, re-ring them. Shouldn't be that bad. But yeah, I mean, considering what this is, that is some good news. I'm going to continue tearing down the motor here. I'm going to take out the lifters, see what's going on with those, because he did say it had lifter tick. which isn't terrible. I just hope they didn't completely get demolished and mess up the camshaft like it did on the motor over there in the corner. Let's find out, huh? Alright, I got all the lifters out. All the bores look good. None of them were obliterated like the one that I took out of that motor over there, which is a good sign. I'm going to start by taking the camshaft out now. Got to take the gears or the gear off. It's only 3 bolts. I'm gonna get a long enough rod or screwdriver, stick in there, and then we can yank the cam out. First, take off the cover here. It's been a while since I've disassembled one of these. And now that camshaft should just slide out. I'm gonna get something to grab onto it better and then just take it all the way out. Easy peasy. Camshaft doesn't look all scored up, which is good. It just needs to be cleaned up. It's quite dirty from being open for so long. God knows how long this thing was actually outside, but not bad. Alright, one thing I do not want to do with this engine is go down the rabbit hole. I don't want to replace everything. I might have to do that, I don't know yet. I'm going to clean up these cylinders at the very least. I'm going to take out the pistons right now so I can really look down in there. I don't want to have to re-bearing the whole thing. I don't see the need for it on this engine. But let's dig down deeper, get these the pistons out of the cylinders. That way I can see what the connecting rod bearings actually look like. And yeah, let's get to finishing this teardown. Well, I tried marking the cylinders. This side went pretty well. I just don't want to lose track of which piston goes in which cylinder, you know, until I got to this side. And then the tip of the marker started getting dirty. As you can tell, it's just riding through all the dirt. GoPro battery died while I was recording that last video, so let me continue. Anyways, as you can tell, this one didn't quite get the marker treatment, probably because of these nasty cylinders on this side. Either way, I know where they're going, you know, just in case I lose track of them. And yeah, let's start tearing this engine more apart, get it down to bare block basically, just leave the crank in. And then we can look at the bearings on the connecting rods. And yeah. Alright guys, I got this thing torn down. Alright guys, I got this thing torn down as much as I want to do today. Got all the pistons out. Everything is dirty, but I think it'd be cleaned up just fine. All the bearings look okay, minus just being filthy. Like I said, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole with this engine. I want to be as budget friendly as possible. We'll see how long that lasts, you know. These rings, let's see here. As you can see right here, this one is just completely stuck in there. The one with the gunk on the bottom of the cylinder, that top one is just stuck on there. So I might be able to free those up and reuse them. If anything, I just get new rings. I might as well do bearings at that point. It's really tricky here how far I want to go down the rabbit hole. But as far as I can see, the block is fairly clean. Just dirty, needs to be cleaned up. I'm gonna flip this around so we can look down in the cylinders better. I mean, minus being filthy, it's not terrible. Nothing a little ball hone can't fix. Yeah, I mean, this thing can, if I get this thing running with minimal effort, that'd be awesome. I'd also run LS7 lifters, which is the typical move when doing these engines. They're just better. I don't know the science behind it, but they're better. Another thing. It's clear that we kind of hoard Volkswagen parts around here. I mean, all these shelves are just Volkswagen parts. But I do have a collection of LS stuff. A couple years ago, I did do a cam swap. I did a lot of stuff to this Camaro, And I have a whole set of valve springs out of the LS3, or whatever you want to call it, out of that. I think it's like L92 or something. It's the 6.2. Valve springs I have over here. I pulled out the cam out of the 6.2. And I have the rocker assembly somewhere. I was looking at it right up here. All the rockers out of the Camaro as well. I don't see why I can't use the rockers and springs, the camshaft. I know it fits in there. I have the timing gear and all that for the single bolt, as you can tell. Single bolt, 3 bolt on the Gen 3 engines there. But yeah, I can really build something nice with this engine with basically all the parts I have here. Get some bearings, maybe rings. We'll see what happens. But for now, that's it for today. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching.